There you go, little buddy. You enjoy the fact that I don't need to eat you. You enjoy the fact that I didn't eat you. You're just freaking wasteful. Right, that's cool. Sweet. So as long as I carry two around them, like they don't automatically have the air in them, so I have to make sure that I go up, and when I take a breath, I actually fill them both up like that. That's cool. Sweet. Alright guys, well, it's nighttime. You know what that means? It means it's more dangerous. But it means it's harder to search around and explore and stuff like that. So let's get down, let's knuckle down, let's do it. Let's do a bit of reading. So we have all these blueprints. Let's have a look at this so far. So we have these plasteel ingot things. Ultra strong synthetic construction material, wonderful. Condensed titanium bars. Fiber meshes, yep, comfortable. We have all this stuff, which is great. All this, yep, stuff for the whole fish. And this stuff here. What I'm looking for right now is stuff that I can't craft at the moment. Because... like, it'll be gated somehow. This, for example, mobile vehicle way, one person sea and space vehicle, titanium ingot, just one, a power cell, 2 glass, lubricant and lead. That's very much within reach. And there's the Cyclops Bridge blueprint, which is nice. And check out all these base pieces. I need titanium for the most part, and then lead. And wow, okay, that's going to be a challenge when that time comes. Scanner rooms, and this is really cool. Oh, it's making me excited. Bioreactor. Sweet. And interior modules, so I can actually build my own fabricator, which is good because if that thing ever breaks down, then I'm fucked. So remind me to build a second one before the life pod blows up. Another radio, which is easy. God, it's amazing how well the PDA makes. Why would I want a freaking aquarium? Just so I can subjugate the ocean life a bit more. That's exactly what I'd want, actually. I want life that I can look at and feel safe at the same time. Wow, I've got so much stuff. So much to do. It's amazing. Primarily, though, we're here to look at the voice banks, but I want to make sure I mark all this stuff as red, honestly, because it's kind of just getting in the way. Yeah, fabricator. I can do it just by scrolling, right?
Scans indicate the facility's control room. Lies beyond this doorway.
Lay on it a little bit. I already have the subtitles. It's fine. Just relax, relax. Dim the lights. And the data bank itself. All right. Well, where do we want to start? Some of these blueprints. We were just having a look at these anyway. So. Alright, air pumps can be used to pipe breathable air to a remote location. Excellent. The base attached air pump can be built at a compatible habitat. Will source oxygen directly from the habitat's oxygen generator. Can I just pop it on the surface? The floating air pump must have access to breathable air. Oh, so it's this different. It's a base attached air pump, which I haven't got the blueprints for just yet. Access to breathable air and be floating on the water surface. Pumps must be connected to a pipe chain to function. So it doesn't say it needs a receiver or anything like that, so I think I can just... I'm thinking over the bloodgrass... sorry, I'm just going to call it redgrass biome. It's slightly easier to pronounce. Redgrass biome. If I just put that and pipe it down, then that'll be a lot easier, because it takes me like 30 seconds to get to the top there. It's a little boring. And this thing, I deployed this before and it didn't really seem to be having an effect. Catch-all solution for mimicking the behavior of a living creature for purposes of scientific research or predator evasion. Vibrates, cycles air and water, and sends out randomized high-frequency sound waves to emulate a living organism, may be hand-placed or launched from a compatible Cyclops submarines. Short onboard battery provides limited lifespan, attacks predators of all kinds. So that's why we didn't really see it do anything around that life pod I was investigating. There was no predators around, but it means I didn't waste that because I wanted to avoid predators. Now, I wonder if this will work on the big ones, because that one we saw down there, the serpentine thing, that had predator written all over it, so I wondered if something like this would work on that. I think I do still have one handy. No, I guess I put it away somewhere, but it'll be around. Alright, let's read about this thing. This is definitely going to be a longer episode, guys, so I would advise you to kick back with the water. I know I've got water, because holy crap, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. And we'll explore the lore of this together. And what's really good about this is that, okay, say I love the lore in Dragon Age, but reading the Codex in that always feels kind of like extracurricular. This is actually going to help me. This is going to help me make like reasonable judgment calls as to what I want to do next, to what creatures I want to capture at any one time. Like, just I've learned a ton, and water and stuff like that is much easier to come by now, just because it's nearby. Like, I don't need to go foraging for salt, which is always a major pain in the ass. I can just grab a bladderfish, and it's not going to be great water, but it's going to be water. Speaking of, maybe I should grab some supplies for this now that it's becoming day. Now, let's do a bit more reading first. Okay. Yeah, essential science and survival tool, absolutely. The scanner can be used to add new blueprints to memory and analyze unknown entities. It emits electromagnetic radiation in the specified direction, which is reflected by the environment, and then analysed to determine the physical makeup of the targeted object. It has 4 primary functions. Okay, 1 second. You'll probably hear that through the microphone. Sorry, I hope it's not gross. It's just me drinking water. It's not me, I don't know, slurping up a turd or something. Ugh. Kind of regret saying that, but I was going for something gross. Okay, record the physical parameters of scan technologies to add their blueprints to the PDA databank. These blueprints may then be constructed at the appropriate fabricator. The scanner is also equipped to break down damaged and otherwise useless devices into their base metals for salvage purposes. Yes, it's been doing that when I've not needed a blueprint. It's been giving me titanium, which is nice. It means that every find of theirs, like technology find, is valuable. Organism analysis. The scanner will attempt to match scanned organisms against the onboard database. If no match is found, then the species will be assigned an easy-to-remember name, and a new databank entry will be created. As far as I know, this planet is barely scanned at all. I mean, it can't have been. It's in quarantine, so yeah, all this stuff. And the PDA, yeah, I'm liking the simple names it's giving me. It's making them a lot easier to identify. Your PDA's AI will also attempt to synthesize theories on behavioral tendencies and evolutionary origins where possible, as well as deliver assessments on how best to approach them. Medical analysis. Scanning any living organism will display basic information on the state of the health on the scanner's HUD. This information will be limited with access to a network database. And a self-scan. On physical well-being, the scanner will search for foreign bacteria and other signs of ill health and compare with available data to provide a diagnosis. Is self-scan really distinct from medical analysis? Altera. It's a clever device, yo. Props for making this. It's super helpful. Against the effects of radiation during land, sea, and space exploration, safety rated up to 400 SV per hour, cross-compatible all AP suit functionality, and it's sleek. Of course it's sleek. It's gotta be sleek. I gotta swim. And the repair tool, yeah. Targeted at any common device. I think we read this one already. Cool. Well, that's our equipment. The habitat installations. We've got all this stuff. Let's read about the Habitat Builder. The Altera handheld Habitat Builder has been an essential tool of xenoscientists, colonists, and emergency relief crews across 11 different transgovs for more than 50 years. Habitat modules are hermetically sealed from the outside environment, built on land, underwater, or in a vacuum. Habitats can be enhanced to become long-term homes, remote research stations, defensive outposts, and more. Quick start. Select the basic component from the builder menu and place it somewhere opportune. Add a hatch to access the compartment. Build a solar panel to power the habitat's oxygen generator. Construct useful interior modules like radios, rechargers, and storage solutions. Perfect. Perfect. To-do list when I actually go to do the habitat, which, as I say, will be quite soon. Primary habitat systems like oxygen generation and flood control, as well as modules like the fabricator, draw power and will not function without it. Additional compartments reduce overall hull integrity, depending on the external pressure. Quick build habitats, a home far away from home. So this means that that hull integrity may be different if I was to build a deep habitat somewhere, which I reckon is probably going to be on the cards. It's almost been laid out to me by the game itself that I need to dive extremely deep in order to have a chance of curing myself. Designed to hold and sustain up to 8 small aquatic organisms. I will definitely be having a peeper, and they're super cute, despite eating them. I don't feel too bad for eating them, but they are still kind of cute. Let's see. commonly deployed tool in many exploratory operations. It is just as often used to house livestock for later consumption as it is to hold specimens for xeno research. That's a good point. It could be a farm. An automated environment regulation system means there's no need to feed or care for your subjects. Thank God, because Mass Effect 2, that shit got old. Not ready for breeding applications, the creatures are highly unlikely to mate. Construct a full-size alien containment unit for this purpose. Fabricator. Rearrange matter at the atomic level. It was the catalyst behind the Great Expansion and remains the backbone of the modern world. Nice bit of backstory there. We need more water. Fabrications come in all shapes and sizes. But the most common are small enough to be wall-mounted and are used for everything from constructing everyday implements to cooking dinner. It is common today for households to keep a store of generic base materials on hand for any eventuality. Okay. Scanner room. This advanced habitat module can transform a small outpost into a burgeoning science and exploration station. That will almost certainly be quite an early acquisition for my eventual habitat. A 3D display in the center of the room stores local topographical data. System can scan and pinpoint particular materials. Remotely controlled drones scan the area up to 500 meters in range. Wall-mounted camera feeds allow for live control of scouting drones. Upgrade console may be used to enhance the module's functions. I can stay indoors and explore? Fuck yes, that's going to be making me feel significantly safer. And a solar panel. Most prevalent power source in the galaxy, and so is no accident the standard solar panel is the default means of powering a habitat. Every world has a sun after all. A power source is a requirement of habitat oxygen generators and other onboard modules. Limited power for small outposts and survival habitats may be mounted on or near the habitat itself, or placed remotely and connected via power transmitters. Power rate relative to sunlight exposure. Cool. Alright, well don't build it in the shade then, I guess. Sweet. Sweet. Bioreactor. On planets where organic material is plentiful but sunlight is not, a reliable bioreactor will frequently prove the most efficient power solution for deep habitats, I think, this then. Hold on, guys. That was a long drink. Apologies, hope you're enjoying the nice environmental sounds. Okay. So you can install it anywhere. Chemically compose organic materials, converting them into energy over time. All plant matter, from seasoned spores to moldy fruits and vegetables, can also process animal matter, fat, muscle, eggs, and some organic waste products. Energy production is proportionate to the calories in the organic matter. I keep receiving radio. I hope that's just a reminder and not an overwrite of the message I received before. I did look it up online. Apparently it's okay to just let the radio messages kind of like sit queued, and it'll kind of stall the story, which suits me just fine right now. I don't want to be pressured by the story itself. I think this is probably just a reminder. Let's see. Totally organic. Renewable energy sources will usually be sufficient for maintaining a small outpost. For everything else is nuclear power. Powered by up to 4 replaceable uranium reactor rods. Do not attempt to replace reactor rods without a full radiation suit. Do not attempt to overclock the reactor. Nuclear is ideal for energy-intensive operations such as self-sufficient colonies supporting more than 20 people. Doubt that's going to be an issue. Industrial outposts operating multiple docks and heavy machinery. Research stations housing live specimens. Very nice. Very nice. And vehicles. So we got the Cyclops, which I've heard about. The most popular and reliable deep-sea submersible in the galaxy. By comparison to the competition, it can be crewed by just one pilot, hence the name. It features 3-speed manual piloting controls and forward observation deck for precise maneuvering, dry dock for transportation, maintenance and recharging of scouting vehicles. Must be a big one. I wonder how big it is. Can I zoom this out? I guess not. Nice to zoom in on that. Customization options, onboard AI for threat detection, internal and external video feeds. I don't need the advice for captains yet. Replaceable power cells. Oh, here we go. 54 meters, holy crap. Do I know how to build that yet? Where's my vehicles? I guess not. I mean, that's why it has individual components, right? It's got its own category, for goodness sake. Cool. The mobile vehicle bay is a deployable station equipped with fabrication drones designed to construct small research and exploration vehicles from raw materials. It is a common tool in almost all industrial, scientific, and colonization operations. We heard about the Sea Glide. Yep, 36 kilometers per hour. Already comes in super handy. And the Seamoth. The Seamoth is a one-person vehicle with an independent replaceable power cell fitted in the rear and a fully customizable design. Low-power, multi-directional thrusters enable it to function equally well in sea or space environments. Most long-range vessels carry at least 2 vehicles of this class to facilitate the exploration and exploitation of small astronomical bodies. However, they can also be fabricated at a standard mobile vehicle bay. Okay, cool. 3 meters, 1.5 meters, it's a small thing, but I think it's going to be good. 200 meters isn't huge, but could be good for getting around. May be modified by installing upgrade modules to the access point mounted on the wing. Yeah, okay. Cargo storage, superior power, enhanced sonar, defense capabilities, and pressure compensation. So it can potentially customize it so that it can go deeper. Everybody likes going deeper. These modules may only be manufactured at a moon pool outfitted with a vehicle modification station. Interesting, a moon pool. I feel like we know what that is. I feel like there was one at the alien base. Is that what it means when there's an indoor pool, which submersibles kind of go underneath and then come out either outside the base or inside? I don't know. Data downloads. So, yeah, we've got all this stuff. All this stuff, which we read at the time. Terminal data, alien data terminal. Discovered inside an alien facility. It was not possible to translate any useful information, however, scans have returned some useful information on the... Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. We got that. Themselves. Yeah, we're all clued up on that. And that's the crew logs, codes and clues. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Well, I'm gonna have a break to top up my water because holy crap, this is hard work on the old rumblers in the throat. I will be right back, guys. See ya. Hey, buddy. It's a gasopod. Don't worry, I swear I'm not gonna hurt you. I swear. Super duper promise. Super promise. Oh, fuck. Hey, gasopod. Lovely. You come here, fishy. I gotta say, out of all of them, I think the boomerang fish would probably be the one that I would eat the most. It looks nicer, like chicken wings, crispier. Yum 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 yum. I'm a little full, but I'm doing okay. 20 water, very very nice. Night has come again. Let's read some more. Yeah. So, alright, hang on. That's the environment sand limestone. Yep, sandstone, lead, silver, and gold. Scavengers. I didn't scan shale, damn it, but there's loads back there at that mountain. Let's have a look at it. Brain coral, a permanent growing colony of microscopic organisms. We're gonna read even the ones that we haven't, which aren't marked as new. Because in the early days, I would quite often just read them for the assessment bit, just to check, what it'd even be good for. A permanent growing colony of microscopic organisms, this coral species is adapted to filter carbon dioxide from the environment, using the carbon to build the colony, and expelling the oxygen from specialized exhaust funnels. You wonder about any breaks, guys? It's talking is hard work, so it's obviously water or something. It is quite hardy, suggesting samples from a mature specimen could be grown artificially. Well, there's quite a mature specimen nearby. Interesting. Air tanks are equipped to siphon oxygen from the water where possible. All right. So wait, if you're saying I see brain coral down there, I can go nearby and potentially refill my oxygen. Because that's pretty cool. Do you know what? Just this way, I think. I thought I saw some brain coral. Let's see if we can find it and test that theory. So it was near here. See, I think this was it. So if I stand above it... Yeah, look! I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, baby! Hahaha, cool. Awesome. Take bladder fish wherever I can get them, honestly. So useful. It's just simple, less water, but simple grab and pick, and a lot less limited. And occasionally I'll hear a bloody noise out there, but I will say I'm feeling a lot safer in this environment than I did at the start of the session. Wham, bam, water. Lovely. Up. Okay, onwards. Coral shell plate. This variant of coral has adapted to survive in close proximity to other corals, filtering nutrients from the water and sharing them via a spore-like substance which grows around the base. Yeah, makes sense. The variety of coral formations on this planet appear to be different from solutions to the same problem of maximizing water and nutrient flow throughout the colony. These particular variants funnel water down the tube, filtering nutrients as they pass. Their size suggests they've been highly successful. Coral tube samples are rich in calcium, exploitable in bleach fabrication. And table coral. Each disc is an individual colony. I feel like we did read this one before. Growth patterns indicate the colonies are in direct competition for positions with superior current or light. Unlike other coral species, its structure is malleable, softly pulsating as it pumps nutrients to its extremities. On the surface are concentrated buildups of rare minerals the coral is unable to process. Excellent. That was actually surprisingly difficult. Exploitable in computer chip manufacturing. Excellent. And fauna. Fauna is probably going to be quite exciting. Let's leave that until last. The flora. Acid mushroom. Okay. Spore-bearing fungi species. This flesh contains highly acidic compound which leaches into the water if the outer skin is penetrated. So don't slice at it, because if it does, that could be burny. It is not clear... I guess this recharges naturally over time, which is nice. It is not clear which predator species necessitated such extreme countermeasures, but the acid mushroom's numbers suggest it has successfully deterred most of them. Indeed. Inedible, yep. Applications in battery manufacturing. A bulb-based flora which roots to the ground and sprouts turquoise leaves. Analysis suggests the sap produced by this plant is poisonous to insects, but can be harvested and consumed by humans for its high water content. Ooh, man. Okay, great. I'll be... Oh man, I wish I'd known about that before I died of thirst over on that mountain. Or nearby that mountain. Let's see, a kelp species concentrated in large forests. In shallow sandy waters, loose roots anchor the plant to the seafloor, from where it grows steadily towards the surface in pursuit of sunlight. The stem is fibrous and rich in iron, making it both a viable base material for fabrication of textiles, as well as a basic foodstuff. Edible construction applications, it's borderline useless as a food though. Mature creepvine plants that survive the predation of small herbivores produce these bioluminescent seed clusters, which may be knocked loose by currents or consumed and later deposited by predators. Yeah, that makes sense. Just like, you know, the flow redistribution. The embryo is surrounded by a thick oil and silicon layer, which would disperse into the ground as the outer skin deteriorated. This may provide the seedling with the nutrients it needs to survive the low light conditions in the seabed. Vital alien resource construction applications, lubrication, that side of things. Yes, very nice. And we got a few of them. Blue palm. The blue palm is a common aquatic plant which thrives in shallower waters with high exposure to sunlight. Long fronds intercept light before it can reach a smaller flora on the seabed. Now, there's a couple of them down here, but I never actually took any. Blue palm. I wonder if the entry is going to expand when I... These bits are all so freaking big. Just, yeah, chug. Nope. Long fronds are set light before we reach small seabed. Yeah, I mean, that's nice, but I don't want it. The music is beginning. Onwards. The function of the distinctive curled leaves on this aquatic plant is not immediately clear. It's possible the leaves unfurl in low light conditions, or that they are designed to channel water currents through the main body of the plant, thus enhancing nutrient take-up. What is that noise? What? I guess it must just be the music. It was a weird kind of like clicking noise, and I don't know, occasionally you can see something pop its head out of the ground, out of the sea level, like over there. I don't know if you can see that really clearly on YouTube, but I think that's just creepvine for the most part. Though over there, we remember what we saw over there. Certainly we do. Anyway, I'm wondering if it's worth holding on to these before. They take up a ton of room in my organic chests, and there's no assessment for them. Maybe they're just decorative. Their threat level is low, which is nice. Rogue Cradle, complex cave-dwelling flora specimen. The bright yellow core of this plant is protected by a rigid cage, presumably to ward off medium-sized herbivores. And the tiger plant. This plant is adapted to sense fluctuations in the water up to 50 meters and is capable both of prehensile movements of its tubes as well as the propelling of thorns that speeds up to 10 meters per second. Although capable of incapacitating small herbivores, this plant lacks carnivorous digestive organs. Would-be predators caught in its defensive perimeter serve as a warning to other herbivores not to approach, and then as they decompose, they serve as fertilizer for the tiger plant. Assessment: avoid or incapacitate. Yeah, okay, great. A common shallow water plant which frequently shows signs of predation around the edges of the leaves. Thick violent veins carry nutrients to the extremities of the fan, and brightly coloured seeds grow on the base and stem. Writhing weed, well adapted to both shallow waters and cave systems. This plant lives in symbiosis with the coral species which forms around the base of the stems. Well, feck me. Screw the amount of space these guys are taking up in my organic chest. As far as I can tell, they're just useless. I mean, the sample's great and everything like that, but this is nothing which I can't get another time. Just drop the bloody thing. Yeah, nice seeds, but if they were just, if they were just seeds, then wouldn't be taking up so much space. I'll keep the creature egg, because that's a big one, and that sort of intrigues me. And it says the vein nettle, too. Some vein nettle stuff. I think I'm just going to drop them as well. Those seeds are everywhere. Go out here. Bang, fresh fish! Give me some damn sulfur. I don't suppose you killed a rabbit thing, did you? No, it was a garryfish that was nearby. I didn't kill that either. Something else can eat those. No, already did that one. Yeah, well, there it is. Regress cell sheet. Seat. It looks like I did already dump a bunch of the vein nettle. Did I? I must have done. That was smart of me. Maybe stuff like these seeds are good for like the bioreactor eventually, but they're cumbersome and useless from what I can tell. I'd be holding on to them forever waiting for something minor for them to do. And look, the vein nettle ones at the very least are right here. Where am I? Here we go. Okie dokie. Oh, balls. What happens if I drop it here? There you go. Be there forever now. And, yeah, reading on. Okay, well that's that. Let's move on to the exciting bit, the fauna. And as we know, the most exciting of all the fauna are the carnivores, so let's leave them to last. Start from the bottom. Scavengers and parasites. Cave crawl. Oh, fuck these guys. Agile territorial carrion feeder, well adapted to both land and sea. Gas exchange membrane, absorbs essential gas from the air or water for basic bodily regulation. Mandibles. These species seeks out corpses in packs before defending its claim, while the corpse is devoured. Necessary waste recycler. Avoid or incapacitate. Right, okay. So they're part of the ecosystem, but they're of no good to me. And here's the shuttlebug, common scavenger at the base of the food chain. Small enough to be a little threat to most organisms, this creature is clearly adapted to feed on the waste products of the ecosystem around it. Used to orientate themselves with the mandibles and filter through detritus on cave floors. High strength muscles can propel the life form great distances through the water, as well as ambulating them across the seafloor. Necessary waste recycler, presence may indicate nearby cave systems. Good call, excellent. We know about the reefback leviathan, but I think I've read everything about this, so if you want to read it again, you can slow that down and do it like that. Small herbivores. The bladderfish. This unusual herbivore appears to be the mostly defenseless and bears little resemblance to other life forms around it. Semi-permeable bladder. The bladderfish is able to filter air and seawater into its body cavity through a unique membrane which surrounds its spine like a bladder. This allows it to remove and consume organic particulate caught in the way and adjust its buoyancy. Indeed it does. Hang on, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry, where was I? Open-ended vascular tubing. Can be angled and contracted to pump out water and achieve low velocity guided propulsion. Okay. I'm going to sneeze now. Another interruption? I did sneeze. It was awesome. Largely oblivious to threats and practically immobile at night, its only identified defense mechanism is that it's composed almost entirely of water, air, and cartilage. Assessment: edible. Oxygen may be retrieved from the bladder and added to tanks on consumption. Membrane has applications as a natural water filter. That's all really useful to know. The boomerang. Nice boomerang there. Weird thing. A herbivore encountered in large numbers found to frequent shallow waters and move in schools. Serrated teeth suggest adaptation for grinding corals other herbivores are unable to digest. Twin fins. Unusually this species' two fins are cartilaginous extension of its skeleton. They are less prone to damage and provide superior propulsion, but are also harder to grow back. The bright blue tips are in fact the ends of its digestive tract, where the luminescence of the corals it consumes is most focused. Interesting. Most active during daylight hours and prone to flee on approach, the boomerang can be more easily observed at night when its luminescence gives it away and it seeks the shelter of the seabed. It's edible. The Gary fish is... I wonder why they call it the Gary fish. Is that insulting a staff member? Camouflage indicates adaptation for evasive behaviour on the ocean floor. Eye stalks may be beneficial when watching for predators from hiding places among the coral. More active during daylight hours, but slow and docile at all times. The garryfish's survival depends on the combination of camouflage and predators who can get a more filling meal elsewhere. In it so. The whole fish. A very small herbivore found in low numbers, often around cave system entrances where their skin coloration blends into the background. Bored out tailfin. By manipulating the size and shape of the hole in its tail, it can perform unpredictable maneuvers. Smaller than most other herbivores, presumably due to lack of vegetation in low-light environments. And the hoopfish. Small school mentality, prey fish with a unique method of propulsion and a distant relative of the bladderfish. Antennae. Rather than swimming, this lifeform uses the fine green antennae which encircle its body to alter the composition of the water in front of it, allowing it to sail in the low density space created. Interesting. Purple-green coloration may be camouflage adaptation for mid-range light wavelengths, possibly indicating the hoopfish is more active at dawn and dusk. While schools of hoopfish will form periodically and evade predators en masse, this behaviour is more social than it is defensive, and lone hoopfish are often found hunting for food and displaying generally curious behaviour. Yeah, they're cute. Yum yum. Hoverfish, a small, cautious herbivore, commonly found in kelp-rich environments. They have charged foot pads with 6 unique limb appendages feature charge pads capable of ionizing the surrounding water. The hoverfish uses this ability to maintain its position against the current as it feeds from kelp and lichen. Bueno. Muy bueno. And the peeper, of course, a fast prey fish encountered in shallow waters and rich in protein. They're developed side-facing eyes capable of discerning colours not just in shallow waters, but in a variety of lighting conditions. It is also able to close its eyelids, thus preventing light from reflecting off the lenses and rendering the peeper almost invisible to nighttime predators. That's why it closed its eyes. Powerful fins. This species has evolved powerful fins which enable rapid acceleration in still water and the ability to leap meters into the air to avoid pursuers. Beak, likely used to break down corals and tough vegetation. They'll be birds. An unusually large nasal cavity serves no obvious purpose and appears to be specifically evolved to detect a single specific enzyme. Nothing encountered on the planet so far produces a matching odor. That's interesting. Expulsion tubes. The tubes attached to the peeper's torso are connected directly to its stomach and gills and appear to be designed to expel its contents on demand. Purpose unclear. Okay. While the peeper is well adapted to survive in shallow waters, a number of its features serve no discernible purpose. It would appear to be just as well suited to survive in deeper waters and is somewhat more intelligent than the usual small herbivore. Okay. Yeah, further research required. And it's also the only species we saw which is infected. I wonder if something's going on with that. Maybe it's bioengineered for a specific purpose. Or maybe we just don't know enough. We see the peepers up here in the shallows, but they can survive deeper, so possibly on going deeper, we will find out a bit more about them. Well, that's it for the small herbivores. In terms of large herbivores, we have the gasopod, of course. Again, cute looking thing. A slow moving life form and one of the larger herbivores on the planet, providing a substantial meal to would-be predators. The gasopod projects its domain by filling the surrounding water with poisonous and corrosive pods, whose contents dissolve even synthetic fibers. Their filtration system is thick, non-reactive skin and multiple gill layers render this creature impervious to the noxious acid clouds it produces. Algae gland. A bulbous... Hang on, is it keyed like that? It is. Yeah, it is. A bulbous sac-like appendage on the rear end. A luminescent yellow algae grows inside the sac and produces the poisonous compound. Abdominal muscles can contract, causing the algae gland to emit the noxious compound into the surrounding water. Large pelvic fins capable of powerful movement through the water when moving in small herds. And the behaviour, they appear to be social in nature and may even use their emissions in their relationship rituals. Their audible calls are likely signifiers of nearby threats or food sources. Approach with caution. Acidic pods may be retrieved and repurposed. Really? 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 Huh? Is it still over here? Yeah, I see it there. I'm keeping an eye out for those predators down there. Ah, there's a herd of them over here. It's like it's defending themselves against predator attack at the moment. Don't come at me, bro. Here we go, there's a few of the pods. Just brave it, brave it, brave it, brave it, brave it. Ah, no, I died. Yeah, just breathe in the oxygen, why don't you? Maybe a poison mask would be better. I did, I died. I died. Did I lose anything important? No, as far as I can tell, no. Maybe I lost the water. And maybe some food. But I think that's about it. I really don't think I lost anything major. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, my bad. Pods can potentially be retrieved, but perhaps not right now. that was pretty dumb. We read about the rabbit ray already. So sky ray. The sky ray has a bird-like head and feathered wings which enable it to fly. Sky rays are commonly found circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They will perch on dry land, but are prone to flee on approach. Wings. Although its wings give some resemblance as silhouette to the waterborne rays on, this planet, 4546b, analysis shows no greater genetic overlap with those species than the planetary average. In fact, the sky ray appears to have split off the evolutionary tree much earlier than most. They have a largely seed-based diet. Sky rays have not been observed diving for food, which implies they rely on land-based plants for their survival. Its presence may indicate nearby dry land. Well, they must perch on my life craft, but they're not getting any food here. Maybe they're just curious and waiting for me to die. And lastly, the carnivores, of which we only have a couple. Biter. A vicious pack-hunting predator. 94% muscle, 4% connective tissue, 2% brain. Indiscriminate when hungry, almost always hungry. Specialized olfactory antenna employed in detection of bodily fluids in the water at impressive range. Secondary pair of eyes, likely designed to detecting the peripheral movement of larger predators and hungry members of its own species. Overdeveloped tail fin. Favours outpacing and outnumbering their prey over individual maneuverability. Calculations suggest creatures up to 100 times the biter's body weight could succumb to a focused assault by a pack of 10. Avoid packs of them, try not to bleed. Yeah, I haven't seen any packs of biters, but one's taken a nibble at me a couple times. Gotta be careful. And we read about the crashfish. And the stalker. And we read about the stalker as well. Then to top it off, we have the advanced theories. Alien eggs. Evidence suggests that a substantial number, if not all, the local species reproduce through egg laying. Eggs can be found resting on the seafloor, buried beneath detritus, or even wedged into cracks in the rock. Different species likely favour different biomes as their nesting grounds. Eggs discovered in the wild are in some form of natural stasis, likely awaiting ideal conditions in which to hatch or the delivery of some vital enzyme which will kickstart the process. It is impossible to calculate the species of the egg from the exterior. However, it may be possible to stimulate a hatching response if the egg is relocated to a suitable alien containment unit. Okay. Well, I guess my Geiger-inspired egg that I've got kicking about the organic chest down there, that'll be for one day. That'll be when we have an aquarium or a functioning alien study biome or something like that. Man, I've got big ambitions. I truly do. And I'm good with that, yo. Like, this is really kind of helping me realize what might be coming ahead, and it's a lot of fun because of that. Alright, here we go. This is the meat and potatoes of it. Specimen with symptoms of infection. This organism is displaying signs of bacterial infection. Bright green blisters are forming networks around the infection sites. Pathology suggests a waterborne bacterium capable of penetrating the body through the skin and respiratory system. Underlying indications of genetic mutation and aggressive behaviour. The bacterium itself is unlike any so far recorded in human exploration. Warning: may be contagious. Avoid. Do not, under any circumstances, consume the flesh. Speaking of consuming flesh, though. Oh, hey, buddy. I can't help but notice there's a little less life around here. I wonder if that is... I wonder if the amount of life nearby here is finite. Like, am I going to dry up the ecosystem by munching on it? In which case, does everything here have a bit of a ticking clock thing going for it? There's a few boomerang fish. You guys are quick, but you're not as quick as...
New creature discovered.
Me. Let's grab a bladderfish as well. We like eating, we like drinking. Bueno. I don't want to necessarily waste, I don't want to waste freaking food. No, salt. I don't want to waste salt by curing everything and just having it in storage. It's easy enough for me to nip down there and catch a couple things. And cook the hoop fish. Never eat the antenna, of course. For now, yeah, cook that. Cook that. And cook that. So we've done pretty well so far today. I think that we can do better. I think that we can expand our reach a little bit beyond our current biome. And I think I'm going to go exploring the creeper forest. As long as I use the sea glide, then I should be... That's pretty good. Fine. Drink a bit of water. We actually have a live boomerang fish in our inventory, so let's just... let's just let it go. There you go. Bye. Okay. Right, so... But that'll be next episode. This has been the CODEX reading episode, if you like. The, what do they call it? The data bank reading episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those of you who did decide to stick around and watch it and explore some of the facts and facets of this world with me, it's certainly gonna come in handy in future episodes. Like, it's really nice to be learning about the environment. If anybody who's watched my stuff before knows that when I encounter threats, one of the first things I do is I just try to find out as much as I possibly can about them, and this is going to help me deal with my environment. It really is. In the next episode, we're going to go explore some creepvine forest. Will you fucking calm your tits? We're going to go explore the creepy forest a little bit more, and maybe do some scanning in the redgrass biome too. In the meantime, thank you for watching, everybody. I shall see you in the next episode.